I know we have a shortage of land on so-called state land, titles. We want to create land on title properly, not taking a plot that belongs to State House, at State Lodge, and rezone it and allocate it to friends. Really? Someone can take land in State Lodge which they already know that is a controversial area. And really somebody is signing a title deed on land that belongs to the state already? More importantly, under this president? Hi, Connor. You don't survive when you do those things. You just don't survive. Part of your mandate there, as a devout Christian, is to whisper Zambia's agenda: peace, security, stability. Don't be like other Christians in our country. In the open, they proclaim Christianity. In the night, their actions are devilish, destructive. Be a true Christian. In the day, in the night, in the offices. Preach the message of peace.
Because it affects the very fiber of our very own constitutional democracy, in which we fight for space to be heard, in which we fight for space for our dignity, we fight for space for coexistence. The assault on the patriotic front, mistakenly by the UPND and its leadership, was that it was a destruction of a political party which was so much hated by all Zambians. As they keep on telling you, it's a political party that went on rampage, killing people, slaughtering everybody in the bus stop, slaughtering people on Cairo Road, as the president has put it more often than not. And it's out of that mistaken belief that people voted PF out because they hated PF and they voted ECL. But here I am. I was an ardent supporter of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I was his strong shoulder to lean on because we had shared values. We had a vision for this country after PF. We needed police reforms. We needed judicial reforms. We needed civil service reforms. We needed parastatal state-owned enterprise reforms. We needed a genuine national endeavor in which all men and women of this land will come together under a new dawn. And that's why it was called a new dawn. We needed to reset and start afresh. Many things were meant to change, not to remain as a status quo. But it came to pass hardly 6-7 months after they formed government. Many of us, Emeritus Archbishop Mpundu, Gilbert Temba, Bob Stinga, Ernest Mwansa, KBF, those who were with us realized these guys were actually envying the Patriotic Front. And what they did, we didn't expect it. Otherwise, we were not going to support them. PF had unrecognized cadres, unrecognized by the law. The cadres in the markets, the cadres in the bus stops, and the cadres in the compounds. They shifted caderism to institutions of governance. They had a cadre speaker. They had a cadre ECZ chairperson. They unfortunately went and chose a person we respected so much and made him Chief Justice. He had a career that is unmatched in this country, who they have literally destroyed. And he can't face the people. Today, the justice system has collapsed. And this is how you find 2 years down the line, PF matters cannot be heard in the court. That's not normal. That's not normal. That is an arranged crisis by this new Dawn administration. And going forward, one of the things you must mark, because 2026 general election, they will lose. Even if Mr. Hakainde Hichilema had to stand up and stand against me, a non-entity, he will lose. The question is, will he hand over power like Isiero did? He will.
Out now.
Aikona man mufulo pa mufulo ikayakwa mufulo pa yakuriati kwenyu
out now.
Mufulo pa mufulo wakuvota bane mufulo pa mufulo wakufuatika mufulo pa mufulo wakufuatika mufulo pa mufulo kwenyu yakwa kwe mufulo pa mufulo aikona man mufulo pa mufulo ikayakwa mufulo pa mufulo yakuriati kwenyu.
23rd July, Wednesday, 2025. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Today we just had announced that would host Honorable Kelvin Bwalya Fube, acting president of the Patriotic Front, and who's also acting chairperson of the Tonse Alliance. Honorable Kelvin Bwalya was out to Mwembeshi with members of the Tonse Alliance. They were trying to see the persons jailed, members of the Patriotic Front, former MPs, and those senior leaders of the opposition that are jailed at Mwembeshi maximum prison, among them Munia Zulu. And unfortunately, they were not allowed to see them. You must remember that in the last 3.5 years, President Hichilema has been very aggressive, especially targeting Parliament. The first seats that he got by hook or crook was Kwacha and Kabushi, which belongs to Bowman Lusambo and Joseph Malanji, Ambassador and Honorable Joseph Malanji. The Constitutional Court ruled that the entire process by the ECZ was illegal, but the seats have never been given them back, or if the rerun has never taken place. That is a bullish nature in which President Hakainde Hichilema has targeted the parliamentary seats. Then he went to Kawambwa and Pambashe, Nixon Chilangwa, and Ronald Kaumachitotela. The magistrate who was handling the matter was reported to the Judicial Complaints Commission. Nixon Chilangwa had evidence of fraud, evidence of manipulation, evidence of directives to illegally jail them. He took this evidence, audios, documents, and dates to the JCC. The JCC never sat, and the magistrate refused to recuse himself. And everything that was in that audio that Nixon Chilangwa had taken to the JCC came to pass. There was a promise of a promotion for the magistrate. There was a promise that, first of all, the first action after he jails Chilangwa and Chitotela and 4 others will be that he will be transferred from Kawambwa. And indeed, the magistrate was transferred from Kawambwa to Luansha, and he's since been promoted many ranks ahead of his peers. Exactly what was in the audio and what was promised in the audio. But the JCC never heard them, and the magistrate refused to recuse himself. And the 2 were jailed and their seats were taken over. And for the tragedy for Kawambwa was that there was even the council chairperson seat also affected. He moved to Munia Zulu. Now he's moving to Mabonga. And it's been a pattern. So members of the Tonse Alliance felt that they needed to give solidarity to these men, gallant men that are jailed unfairly, who were not allowed due process of the law. Many people say, no, but the judiciary jailed them. But just look at the facts I'm giving you. If they jail you, you are entitled to an appeal. You are entitled to bail pending application. None of that were given. So Honorable Kelvin Lubinda has pledged that they just came from Mwembeshi and he couldn't make in time to sit before a computer and be hosted. We've lined up various leaders of the opposition. Remember our cause. Our cause is a united front that can feature one of the peers as candidate against President Hakainde Hichilema. In this quest, we've hosted Honorable Binwa Mpundu, Nkana MP and leader of Wichabaiche. We've hosted Harry Kalaba, Citizen First president. We've hosted Dr. Fred Member, Socialist Party president, and his vice president, Dr. Musumali. We've hosted Honorable Sakwiwa Scotta, State Council, leader of ULP, one of the oldest parties that has participated in alliances in 2006 and 2011 with the PF. From 2001, actually, ULP has participated in elections from 2001 when it stood in that election in alliance with the UPND, I think, yes, the first time, because that's where Honorable Inonge Wine, Honorable Kelvin Lubinda and others, Honorable Alfreda Kansembe came from ULP and they were in an alliance with the UPND and they won those seats. In 2006, they stood, variously. 2011, they stood under PF. ULP was in alliance with PF, and PF had other alliance members. So we featured Honorable Sakwiwa Scott, and yesterday we had Firebrand, KBF. He delivered a wonderful performance here. Today we're supposed to have Honorable Kelvin Lubinda. There are other leaders that we've lined up for you to assess and for you to encourage them that victory is only in their assessment. Nga kuvota pa mufulo, kabili kateka letekela mumufulo. Kano bonsi tuwa ima mumufulo, tukavote mumufulo.
Out now.
Abanomba bane, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bane, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika, fuatika, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Wenyu tayakwa kwe, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona mani, mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo. Ikayakwa mufulo pa mufulo, mufulo pa mufulo.
When we get the permission from Blaze, we'll play the full video. It's a wonderful video with a powerful message. He's saying, kateka le tekela mumufulo. Na if we want to mchalo as Zambians, tuime tuvotele mumufulo. Na kufuatika tufuatike mumufulo. Look, if he's using anger, he's using bitterness, and he's using fear, we are also going to use the same qualities to kick him out of power. We haven't had an opportunity to really discuss the audio, and I'll open the phone lines very early so that you can participate in this matter. The audio, just a recap. Mafinga MP, who's expelled, but purports to be leader of the opposition and is illegally getting money from the National Assembly, has been caught in an audio. And you all know that audio. Let me just give you a feel of it. And today we are opening phone lines because I have a lot of phone calls that I miss and I feel guilty. So, ngakulichiri kumukoshi mutu mefoni, ngakuli echo murefu atulande. This is an opportunity. We were supposed to, host Honorable Kelvin Lubinda, but we have free time, and I think we should discuss the audio and everything related to this desperation by President Hakainde Hichilema to get this body. So desperate. Let me look for this audio. We'll start where Chabinga, I think, speaks.
Marcos.
Nasanga babosi 12 missed calls. Friday 30 missed calls. I said, This is strange. Chisha chitika. So ine kutumira ba security pansi na hapa mungu na bapola bakapokola. Imwe bacha motoka atisa popano. Bebele hawe. Nato okay na wekera mu
Munganda.
Nje sheba boss asanga bali online. Nje Friday asanga ali online. Evo na tubile phone na tumbele potumira ba boss. Na tumira ba boss. Ba boss were yeah we are calling you have done well finally. I said your excellency. I was really tired that mwana wako itu. Teishta kulala sana ino uniti umo.
Hakuna kulala.
Hakuna kulala. So nasa natao na linaka natinjereleni ko. Then he says call immediately Friday. Or let me ask Friday to call you. So immediately they started drop phone. Friday calls me. That you need to leave for South Africa. Are you able to leave for South Africa in the morning?
Yes.
I said, who am I? Instruction of boss. Who am I? And please. So be on standby. But the job that we are going to do, we need to have a meeting in the morning. I said, okay. Okay. But I don't put the phone off. My sister 02 said, 04, he calls me back. And the agenda is this and this and this and this and this. Ufuro wa kwa mingala trango koti. Even with me shibe bala bakulumbula ma from kashime mutila. Tuwacha mingala tukulia. I said no problem. So bebere kabiye nomba lolela to checking indeki ya ruchero. Bache kapasha ruchero pali ya masagza abengi mbwele.
Ate question.
So kufile about 10 o'clock. You know. So na no, don't worry. This is a special operation. I don't need even to be in business class. I'll reduce myself. Whether I'm in business or not business. Let me be. My sister, if on Adimu Airlink. Ndiamu Airlink, Busanga Parikatotoboe. Palisha Kafuswa. Kama sags wa Madero. Tavera nekiwe. Wafyasa mkumposha. Laki nafya kere kunuma. Mwana ya kuchiriro. Na chawe ndao Cape Town mwana ali shutu kokuru. Ako ndao Cape Town. So na hivo wale mpiki na mulembela message na team. Na papata uisa nsenda pantu bala kuishwa tuba kwa embassy. Na ono hasuka. Na lembela Friday. Na Friday ensenda na alafu aweza ni mizi. Pia kwa mapa airport. Don't worry. Nimumwande Musa Africa. Efo tuafikire na kwa ndia connecting. Na afu bila na kumbi na zita na eba na ba interconnector hotel bampe bandetana na motoka. Osto alishi bana na tindetana ni motoka ndia paso itu ali ku Pretoria. Eba na just sneak out.
Na ubashara na bapwankamana ku
na bapwankamana kwa wale jogging where I'm going. Kanji ni mfuma. So bena tabashira kushibati ndimu thing. So nkashandi program hiyo na chipuisha lero around 10 hours.
Ushamuchiri ku South Africa.
Shafunza.
No wonder dekiro ukutumina nomoko.
Yes. That's why so the murumu pano na chiwera. Making sure that tuwapampa misha.
I see.
Yes, so mbweli wako initially na chiringo kushita joined as leader of opposition. Kujoina yes. So na chafe minga to shimbi. So natira twise kuzambia. My sister, mwewe na boss. The next move, you and me. Na boss. Tupange. Tuange kama charity. Tupange abantu mulungu bachite demonstrate. Mwe umfa? Japo mfukishe kashiani. Bajaji ba kuno. Baka panga ruling based on the public outcry in Zambia to support the Attorney General.
Okay.
So abantu bafiira bakupa street.
Okay.
Bamachinga, namaplacards, cover belt, Lusaka, Eastern. You get the point?
Yes.
Today for a body is a color frame. Today for a body president was for but I'm fitting the PF.
Nomboko ba judge baneland that kuti bafilwa government to government kuti bafilwa
apa one a judge afuna okulya.
Oh,
because the laws laws ya muno yali ba wiki when nga chaisa pamfwa family yali kwatapo amaka pamfwa.
Oh, I get it.
Boma.
I get it.
So, judge Utasa ruling in their favor. So that is a possibility that we need to look at, but it depends on it.
Head of state na ye na tetamone. Pan to order.
Now, this is where, because there's a component of you is the former head of state. So the judge has to come and look at it, merits and demerits. So there are two things. Judge is ruling in favor of government. Tabakachite appeal bali. Ngabachite appeal ishwa ikoba.
Utachite appeal.
So if what we watch it, judge afia kwa taka pressure. Ero futi no kulia my sister mu South Africa ba judge kulia. Bafu taronga panga mistake. Tabakachite appeal. Ina panga mistake.
Take watch the appeal.
Don't take watch the appeal. Eba kwete pressure.
Take watch the appeal.
Now, between you and me, my sister, what is it that now you and me we need to argue? What is it that we want to achieve from this? If we're interested, yes, we are kukidi na kateka wesu. Kuchalo kukuzambi okutila alefwayo mubiri wa munanko wise muchalo. So whether to alusa na to a winner, HH becomes a winner and clean. Because tabakai won't kuma politics. Because we have time to defend to say, this president
fine.
Sofia kani kwa. Evo tuwashikushani kwa tutushire kia bene. Mwati mwana?
Yes.
Nishtu wa mukirina.
Yeah, kwena ni pressure. Uchemwa lingile po atikuti kwa haba kwefya so.
No, but no shangili hapo. But tunakulia mngamani denga na makrooks. Because we're dealing with crooks.
No, but
for their winning. They don't but wapanga mistake. My sister. Kasune devastated. Both party constitution amendment ngana amusesha na kumusesha. Mampele ministry mbi.
Arana mwishibe cho. Wo ama MPs na nako kwa skafoni. Ngani yai nede na nako kwa skafoni bebele ba minister landeni ko imobala mumfuila. Iyala ba problemi.
Twali kwata pressure na bachungu, pressure twako eto na bachungu. Mwamba azugisa nkonkera fe mwamba azusatira hawe. Tukumane tulande. Into ita kapitela ba UPND balejita. Nombata bale fo kula landa. Unfortunately, nama ministers ba mota bale support.
You know epo ya vipile. You know epo ya vipile for average cross. Pali ya ine 3 months notice.
2 months notice.
2 months notice.
Yali vipa sana pa.
Epo ya vipile.
Yali vipa, too much crossing notice, and also, echipani chifule chasala umuntu kuwekera. Yali kosa kwa hili.
Edo abak secretariat. Ngata babikile chama girlfriends babu.
Thank you. Babikile chama girlfriends babu. Number 2, chimbecho wale tina. You see chimbecho wale tini na man busy. Chakutira, mukwate 20, free 6. Mukwate 15 ya free 6 plus 3. So, mukwate over 35 6 for free. So plus 10 nomination 45. So what happened that no? So the president has 45 MPs before anything else. So he can manipulate the constitution. You get the point?
This points to criminality, meaning this was a clandestine operation, so that Chabinga has got access to go and play what he terms now his mingalato with the judiciary in South Africa. How embarrassing can we, as a nation, suffer such indignation, such stupidity? Ukutumpo kwa pulamo ukuseba nye chalo cha Zambia uku ekutumpa uku Chabinga ekutumpa, and all those that are part of this criminal enterprise must be arrested, including Friday Nyambe, because he was the one who was giving the last minute instructions. According to his own audio, this so-called leader of opposition was receiving instructions from our director of intelligence. The director of intelligence had already received instructions, according to him, from State House, because State House had been calling Chabinga for 13 times whilst he was asleep. Now, in law, there can be no serious evidence against a criminal than his own confession. You're not fools. Robert, I know you. I know your voice. I know how you speak. I know your tonations. And I know when you're speaking. Niwebo walelanda. We are tumpa. And don't think we are fools. Honorable Doreen Mwamba, you are an accessory to that offense, because Chabinga confessed a crime to you and you did not report him to law enforcement. You too are part of that criminal enterprise. You also must be arrested. Ngani mwewe Doreen Mwamba, you don't even enjoy immunity. You're not a president. You're just a minister. Who tells you a minister cannot be arrested? Who tells you that? This power that you are enjoying, don't abuse it. Because I can warn you now. Next year, come August next year, when we kick you out of power, you know where you're going. Friday Nyambe, you as an individual, as director of intelligence, your job is not to commit offenses, is to conduct intelligence for this country, not criminality.
akachikara akachikuva akashuwa karefu kutore mipamaka mufimbira washani wakovati iwe waredukana everyday vaedika rungu uko achano wai wasanga mondege urefu kuisa kuchini awo kwani
Good day, thank you. Today we are using an opportunity to discuss the ramification of leaked audio. The leaked audio, it has various local, international, the transnational crimes that were being proposed and a lot of things. There are people that have been named in this audio and we bothered to verify. I was playing other voices to demonstrate that this is not AI. And what I'm privileged about is that many people have, even including those that are inside UPND, have said this is not an AI. Let's deal with the audio and its content. Simon Mwewa, Chitambala Mwewa, who is a fervent supporter and vlogger for President Hakainde Hichilema, who accompanies the president wherever the president is in the field. They carry him on their planes. He's always with the president. He says, let's just deal with the issues. Oliver Shalala also says, me, I can't even go into the details, but it's not an AI. There are many people, even inside, who have even dismissed, what the UPND media directors attempted to say this is AI. So first of all, it is an established fact that this is an original voice conversation between two people on a phone call, and that we should pass behind it. Let's just discuss the content and this ramification. Now, I'm privileged to host, surprise, Charity Katongo. She's a former women's chairperson for Lusaka province. She's one of the founder members of the Patriotic Front. You know her. She's always been with the Patriotic Front. There are allegations in this audio that with this funeral, she was working with Robert Chabinga, that she traveled to South Africa on account of Robert Chabinga, that she brought someone to the funeral home of Mama Esther Lungu, and then that she was collaborating with Robert Chabinga, and that they were going to plan demonstrations in South Africa and in Zambia. So I have her, she's not on video, but she's on the phone. Mayo, mwashibukenero mulishani.
My brother, good evening. I'm so privileged to talk to you, my brother, Emmanuel. And just as you have explained, it's something which has brought, I can say it has brought shame, but now we should is a Mwamba. Definitely. And Panopon Africa, Emmanuel, you know me very well. And it's not only you who just know me. There are a lot of you people who are here in Zambia, even those who are not even in PF, who have seen how I've told with this party PF. For me to sink so low, to be used by Chabinga, who are Fiere Mairo, who are Isabuchpan. I don't even know when Chabinga came in PF. That's number one. And just, I think recently, Nadifumishepo voice no Timoyo Nala and Chabinga did press briefing. And I was very hurt. But that's not me. In a lelo ngana mono muntu chachira mulimo alambwesha mubapchechi balanja marani mabana kebile kenisho. But what I can tell you, my brother, the way you know me, honestly, can someone honestly with that anyway, whichever way he put it, in a Chabinga, not even number ya penali kwata, because he's a MP. But for me just to talk to Chabinga no bambo kupangana kwa amadues ayakwatile kuti nafumamu muchipani nangwationa achita bitwe na mushakati mpele chikongo, because even up to now mfwala fita, because I'm still mourning Balungu. But for people to think what Chabinga said was right, I was almost tempted that him to kupankwali abalela ndawe kamutuke nikalanden fya muchita. But when things are happening, at times you have to reflect. But Mwamba, my brother, you know me very well. Marisona life and you're leading. I've passed through a lot. If me, I'm a woman of integrity. Now, the Mwamba politics yabasata. Now, the Mwamba balungu kufika na lelo panonti. Ukulilo prosect. Elo na alo seche balungu. Na alo sana basata. But Chabinga, to mention my name and say, Mwamba na nifia. No, you want to get there are some people who are insinuating, well, let them a picture and whatever. Mwamba, my brother. And even other leaders, those who are all in PF, they know who Charity Banda is. My name is so big. To me, the way I've seen, Chabinga wanted to use my name, but I don't think he can even have the audacity to call me, to tell me at your charity is sent to Bombe. Now, what I know, Kulanda Mutu, you have no Chabinga, my church, Pali. And that's charity. What a disgrace.
Now, my
brother,
dear
that's the
sister,
blue line.
my dear sister, if ilelenga ati wewe ati yolimbi mwalibo mbana na Chabinga if yali mu audio imo muletila poshani fyalandile mu audio Chabinga alebo mbana imwe bushali mishtile tiketi have you worked with him?
My brother, that's a very blue lie, and then that's what I'm saying. Inenga na liwa kwa tinga lali losing at the there were other people expecting at to get Chabinga. No. Not no kumutuka. Alo muntu wakalema. Takareka. Chabinga iminga atrisha chitapa bantu, which is very bad. And to me, what I can just say at the moment, because Nangunga and Pokola and Deranda, some people will say otherwise, but because for so many years I've stayed in my politics. Would I have wanted to destroy my politics with Chabinga? In fact, I was even saying some people that me, I would rather even Mouse actually. I would have gone with Mouse because Mouse want to remember. Who is Chabinga, by the way? But when did Chabinga even become what he says he is a president of people? When did he do that? So if you're
Now, in the question, Nkashi Andy, before I let you go, my other question. Quite a statement watch the issue ku Daily Nation, where you urge the family to surrender the body and allow the state, to conduct a funeral. You said President Hakainde Hichilema is president. Allow him to host that funeral. And you said the body should come back to Zambia. Then Kurikalata, a very detailed letter I think if you fibidi, if you didn't never could tell one of them PF once, Vasaka Mane, Musheturi Nankwe charity.
I understand you, my brother. When I land up at the newspaper, you know the reason why I said that. If you're the Tina Resawamiran. I had the Panopen and I'm a man of God in a church or paper. Now, I'm a people. About what nice Vananabu. About Chindika, about the Fintu was running at my land. Now, when you finger Tombo Conquer, said about to one Ganefia Sarah, but that were Benaven, and I can't say what. Put it to item with checks that they couldn't come out themselves, but because they believe in me, they said, Bacharity, you as a leader. Nama leaders one in some leaders would just say this. But out. That's how. Yes, it's true. Newspaper, I said it, and the person who even called me, it's not about but the thing is, me, I said that's because it was from my church members and those who are Christians Lananti. Now I'm a reverend. When we were discussing, then I said, no, hello, really, to me, no, I could have written. Even the journalists, they just call me at any time. And then I put in a statement. Not at India, now we are going
to or did someone write for you and you signed that letter to the president?
Mwamba, on that one, I can just say, my brother, I'm very good at voice notes. From 5, I think, I completed school in 1985. When I saw that letter, I was like, what is this? Whoever has purported that letter, and I knew that whoever has done that, because right time match, Babula idea newspaper, and I want you in a propaganda in no I tell you, my brother, I can assure you. My God is my witness. I don't want to say much, but I'm telling you, like, Josephilia. Na papa tale sawan. Nobody knows. Sapano ko nafika nini akesingi. Ero ninga ambokula for good steps. Amunguru nisnali wambe fkankara muchipan. I rest my case, my brother. Naka na elo. I don't want to say much, but I've been touched because I know myself. Yeah. Even my family knows who Charity Banda is. Even those people out there. I forgot the teach people. Na yupen kalata. Na imwele maino. Na papa no after audio. Why saying kalata? Na imwele my so. I'm just saying. That letter, I don't know it. I haven't written any letter because anyone can do that. I have and whoever. So, my brother, now Totela for giving me this chance to talk to you. Otherwise, I'm
Thank you, my dear sister, Charity Katongo Banda.
Banalungu, she's a prayerful woman. And even when I was talking about that, Narishwa Banalungu, she's been prayerful. All the time. No, but for someone to think that it's a big prayer. I want to go and I'll still repeat, I respect my party, I respect those leaders, I respect everyone who is in PF.
Thank you very much. Nkashandi Natasha sana. Thank you, Pafio Walanda. Lesa Kupale. God bless you. Thank you. This is Chabinga was boasting how he was going to use Charity Katongo Banda, a strong PF diehard, who's a big organizer in the party, that she was going to help him do demonstrations in South Africa and in Zambia. And there was an alleged letter written to the president signed by Charity Banda, and then she had issued that statement. So you heard her defense there. She's very, very clear that Chabinga probably was using her name to obtain money. She says he didn't call her and she traveled to South Africa on her own accord. There was another person who was being mentioned as Martha. There's a Martha Ntine in the audio. But people circulated wrong pictures of, I think she's Joachim, a lawyer. She had pictures with various people. That one is different. The one who's aspiring for Farah. That's not Martha Ntine who's in the audio. I saw a lot of people circulate a picture of Joachim, a lawyer, and she's aspiring to be a candidate in Farah. That the two are totally different. Martha Ntine, who's been mentioned, is different. If Martha is listening and she wishes to defend herself, she can come on the phone and she's welcome. Today is your show. Let's hear from you. Call us on 0973 078082. There have been desperate attempts to get the body of the late president. Just after he died on 5th June, on Monday, 9th June, people purporting to come from the state turned up at the hospital and they wanted to get the body. They said the Zambia Air Force plane was waiting for the body and the hospital couldn't release the body to them. They said, no, here in South Africa, these are signed for operations, bodies are signed for by the next of kin. So have you gotten in touch with the next of kin? And the next of kin was Mama Esther Lungu. So they couldn't call her. But the hospital bothered to call the family and said, there are people here. We have CCTV. They are here. They claim that they want to pick the body of the late president. And they're saying there's a Zambia Air Force plane waiting at Lanseria Airport and that we should release the body. And that's how the family became aware of the body. There have been various attempts by many people to resolve the crisis early on, including former President Jacob Zuma, who flew to Zambia, went to Zimbabwe, spoke to President Emerson Mnangagwa, flew to Zambia, and after initial authorities, Zambia refused him to land twice to resolve the issue. President Emerson Mnangagwa was forced to send his vice president, who just stormed in at short notice. But President Hakainde Hichilema said, no, leave this matter. It's a local matter. We are going to speak to the family. I've sent in people to resolve this crisis. You should remember that the crisis emerged as soon as the president died. The first person that the state sent was a minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mulambo Wahimbe, who arrived on Friday. And when they began to talk, he just wanted to pick the body. He says, look, the president has to declare a period of mourning and we have to go with the body. So the talks immediately broke down. They said, look, we've been here 6 months. You don't even know about the bills in hospital. You just can't come and say you pick the body. You have to give us time, and then we have a church service that is due on Tuesday for the South Africans. You have to give us time. So the talks broke down. The president sent in Patrick Kangwa, who arrived on Sunday with Enoch Kavindele and Leslie Mbola. And on that day, they held the first talks and they agreed that, okay, today is your call. I want to get as many calls as possible. I don't want to be in the way. It's time to hear from you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from US. Anonymous.
Yes, Anonymous.
First and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Mwamba for a good job that you are doing. And second, Mr. Mwamba, what I'm asking is on our behalf, Zambian people, we want the traffic officer that we have in Zambia to come and tell us how many people died in Mfungwe, and then he has to establish the names of those people. If you can send that message to our traffic officer to tell us how many people died. You know what I mean, a traffic officer.
No, tell the audience who's the traffic officer.
The one who is in charge of Zambia.
Okay.
The traffic officer, as you can see, put on the gloves.
Oh, because of the white gloves, so he's a traffic officer. Oh, I see. Okay. Now somebody are going to.
Second, Mr. Mwamba, our sister has explained, but there's where he didn't answer the question, who bought the ticket? Because we are taught to say someone, a minister, bought a ticket for her. She hasn't defended herself. She has to clear herself on that one.
No, the ticket was bought for Martha and Tine.
Oh, Martha and Tine. Okay,
yeah, this is Charity Katongo. Yeah, this is Charity Katongo Banda, who Chabinga was boasting that was going to help him organize demonstrations in South Africa and Zambia. Okay, thank you very much. I think you made your point. To ask the traffic officer, thank you for that new name. I've just learned that the traffic officer is our president because of his white gloves. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Good evening.
This is Zephania from Lusaka.
Zephania, the only brave man who doesn't call us anonymous. Zephania, make your contributions.
Yes. Yes. The questions you have asked.
Zephania, try to call back. Your line is just cutting. Just try to call back. Sorry, Zephania, the line is terrible. It's just cutting. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Good evening. Please cut the other phone. Cut your. It's giving us feedback. Cut your. Yeah. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Mkwai Mayo Mudrek.
I'll be very brief.
Mkwai.
And very brief. Number one, I had to go back and listen to their recording, Chabinga and whoever that lady.
He was talking to the Minister of Community Development, Doreen Sefuke Mwamba. Yeah.
So I had to listen over and over, and then of course there is this situation where Chabinga has said it's AI. Ushe AI alalande chibemba a question in 21. 2. Ushe nanikani why is it your ish na ninji demwasa na yo at traffic officer? What's the deal of abakalamba bachida lyonse kufuala ma gloves pakuchita swearing in mwebantu bakwades? If somebody can respond to me, what's the deal? Ile ya kufuala ma gloves lyonse pakuchita ma swearing in ukupela abantu ama certification na kunifishi filipyo baba pela. But traffic officer.
Thank you.
So that's what I wanted to say.
AI can speak Bemba, but it will be Bemba like you hear from when, for example, priests are talking. And it will be very mechanical. If you've heard AI, it's totally mechanical. But everyone has dismissed that that's not AI. 2, why the president wears white gloves? is a matter of fascination. UPND have been trying to say it's his style because KK used to move with a white handkerchief. Many people also know that Freemasons, when discharging authority, wear white gloves. So again, the white gloves are associated with Freemasonry. Now people are calling him, calling the president that is a traffic officer, because there are people that wear white gloves, a traffic police officer. Another matter of fascination is the president never greets people with his hands. And it's almost racist, because when people are lined up and there's a white man, he will greet the white man with his hand. But the others, he will just nod. He will nod. And a lot of people on social media discuss this, but it has never come to mainstream to discuss this issue. For example, on ZMBC or TV, to understand why does the president wear white gloves? Is he a Freemason? Or does he do it? Because KK was regularly asked, BBC, ZMBC, ZBS at the time, Mr. President, why do you move with a white handkerchief? It was a fascination, and the media never feared to ask the president why he carries a white handkerchief. But for President Hakainde Hichilema, everyone whispers. They are afraid even what they see. No one has put up to him, Mr. President, you don't greet your officials. It's the first time we are seeing a president who doesn't go to his service chiefs, shake their hands, salute, shake their hands, and his guests that are receiving him. He's the only president of all the presidents I've seen who doesn't do that. Again, no journalist has been brave to ask the president that, Mr. President, why do you wear white gloves? Why don't you greet your officials? Are you afraid of being poisoned? Whatever it is that is in his mind, people want to understand. But Bakateka, I invite you to come on Verified program here. And unfortunately, I'll ask the hard questions for you. I'll ask those hard questions. So I'm inviting President Hakainde Hichilema to come to Emmanuel Mwamba Verified. Let's have a discussion about the country. You say you love our country. I love my country. Let's have the discussion, Mr. President. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you, Ambassador Mwamba. Patrick Chilufia from the UK.
Thank you very much.
Bash promise. How come bafwala fiama gloves? Ngavale posha abantu abafita. But ngavale posha abasungu tabafwala. Kaunda alenda na katambara everywhere. Regardless pali abasungu nangu abafita. And then, Mwamba. Now we know why we've been suspecting all the time who funds Chabinga, who has made Wapanga Chabinga Kwatamaka, despite the court dismissing him from PF. That we should not funding. Then, again, twice Mwamba, the reason why Bafai Tumbi. Bafai Tumbi because Baba Mutemwanani, Bafokolosha, Nangonaba Mutemwa, Bafai Tumbi. Because Bakatuka clean about president is for political gain. And then Mwamba Nani Chabinga it is poverty cousin Chad. But if Labachita police because it's threatened by Mwamba Navashishua. But how come Mulandu wa corruption, Tabamuitile, Wakuyam Kuchita bribe, international crime, Tabamuitile Mwamba? Why? Is it because is it because the head of intelligence has been mentioned? And Bashi promise, how come this is a serious matter. I rest my case,
thank you very much. Thank you very much. My dear brother, Mufalali, who's one of the 23 spokespersons, as I call them, was on Millennium TV yesterday. And Likando Mwemba Mfalari, you remember, is a nominated MP and is one of the 23 spokespersons. He's formerly an MP for Senanga. He was MP for Senanga for 10 years. Justified, he says, no, the body has to come to Zambia. And President Hakainde Hichilema has to attend that funeral, despite the family wishes. Listen to him.
The government was ready and willing to have President, 60th President, remains brought to Zambia and be buried with all honors, befitting a former Republican
with the
president.
Condition that President Hakainde Hichilema should not.
When you remove President Hakainde Hichilema in the equation, you must be out of your mind, because President Hakainde Hichilema, as far as we are concerned, he is the head of the Republic of Zambia at the moment. And you cannot take that away, regardless of what you feel or what you have for him to say, look, this gentleman should not be there. Those are imaginations. Some of us have indicated sitting here that I know President Lungu. And at nowhere where it's written that President Lungu said, if I die, the one who challenged me or beat me in an election should not be part of my burial. Never. It was never there. These are things that you cannot change. It happened.
Have you seen
no matter how much I've not seen anything in relation to someone or him writing that he should not be there.
So how are you sure that he did not say
it has never been availed. People are just talking. That's a mere talk. When people are talking, they say, no, President Hakainde, I mean President Lungu, the 60th president. The title of the 60th president has never been removed from him. And it cannot be removed because he served the period as 60th president of this republic. So you cannot remove, no matter the differences in terms of ideology or politics, you cannot remove the title that he holds. And that's the more reason, even the family, they believe that he's the 60th president. And all of us, we believe, even as a country, we all know that President Lungu is the 60th president because he served as the 60th president. So whatever differences you have, at the end of his journey in life on earth, his lasting or resting place is where presidents are buried. Yes, even when we have, history, we have a historical background of some of the happenings before when former presidents were buried. The Kaunda family wanted first Republican president to be buried next to the wife. What did the government of the day do that time? They said, no, wait. If you want, actually, the way he talks like, no, we'll bury him temporarily here. He will sit here. After that, then you can now take the body and go and bury it next to the wife.
That's Likando Mwamba Mufalari, former Senanga MP, and is currently nominated. He's one of the 23 spokespersons for the UPND. He insists President Hakainde Hichilema must attend the funeral and burial of the late president. Please hold on. Hello, tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, good evening. I would rather remain anonymous. I'm calling you from within Southern Province.
Thank you, my dear sister. Make your contributions.
I would like to comment on the audio actually. It's quite embarrassing to our nation that the head of state can be reduced by Chabinga to this level. It's really embarrassing because the way he's even carrying himself and the way he's been exposed to a lot of things that goes on in Zambia, like this man is a danger to us, and the way the president is being implicated in such matters, we find it very disturbing. And the fact that he can't come out and to refute these accusations, he keeps acting as if everything is fine. No, everything is not fine. These are international crimes, and moreover, Zambia is a landlocked country. We need good relationships with our neighbors. And if we keep damaging our relationships with Botswana, with Zimbabwe, we don't want to be friends with everybody. Then how are we going to live? And the fact that we have a case there is a family there, they need protection, those guys. You keep going there, those people keep going there to instill fear in them and, start using the South Africans to go against those people. What if something happens to that family? What are we gaining from it? So I beg President Hakainde Hichilema, this is just a funeral, and everybody has said it, that Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu belongs to his family. He doesn't belong to Zambia or to us or to Embassy Park. He belongs to his family. We have to respect that. So we need to bury and move on. And the audio, the president needs to come out and refute these claims. He needs to come out and clean himself up. Nobody's going to do it for him. Chabinga is not okay. He's confused, and every normal Zambian knows he's not fine. So there's no way he will hold a press conference and will go with those rubbish that he spits. So the president needs to respect the nation and come out and address these issues and not just refute them and ignore them, because we need him to address us. This is serious.
Thank you very much, my dear sister. Munjeleleko, let's take as many calls as possible. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, I would like to remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Yes, I think for me, what is worrying, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for the program, which is educating most of the Zambians. But what is worrying for me is that we don't learn from our history. And I want to bring to your attention the track record of our president. I'll drag you back from 2016. In 2016, he refused to accept the outcome of the elections. Thereafter, the same year, 2016, he refused to recognize President ECL as the president. Then, fast forward 2021, he wins the elections. He refuses to declare his assets, even though there was public outcry, public interest. He's using the same public interest to repatriate the ECL body to Zambia, that there is public outcry. And yet himself, there was a public outcry that he declares his assets. He has not declared that.
And that he moves to State House.
And moving to State House, he has refused as well. Now, as Zambians, why don't we have a parallel process? If he goes to court in South Africa, that is on public interest to repatriate the body of HCL, why don't we go to court as well on public interest that the president moves in State House, that the president declares his assets? We are just quiet. I'm worried about 2026 elections. This is a president who doesn't accept anything. How is he going to accept the outcome of 2026 elections? These are the things which worries me, and this is the time now that all the legal brains, everyone who has Zambia in their own interest, they need to start strategizing and say, we should put this president 99.9% that is going to refuse election. What is our strategy when he refuses the outcome of 2026 elections? Yes, we have problems today. We have audios. We have all these things going on. But on the parallel, the opposition and all the stakeholders of Zambia today know very well when they go to bed that this president won't accept the outcome of 2026 election. What is our plan? We are going to be more miserable in 2026 than where we are now. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And he says this man doesn't want to move to State House, doesn't want to declare his asset. It is clear he will have broken the constitution. It is clear he will refuse when he loses election. What is the plan by especially the opposition and law fraternity to compel the president? Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I wish to remain anonymous.
You are protected. Proceed to make your contributions.
Thank you so much. I would like to just counter-react to the other caller, the lady, who was saying that Chabinga is confused and she's saying that the president needs to come out and refute to the allegations or to the audio. I find that a little bit disturbing because what Chabinga stated, what he was talking about, was not coerced to say what he was saying. He was just making a statement of what transpired. So why should the president be able to come out and refute to what was stated by Chabinga? What we know is that what Chabinga stated is the truth. So there is no need, and Chabinga is not confused. Chabinga is not confused that he was just making statements anyhow. Well, he knew exactly what he was doing. So if the president is going to come and clear his name, what is there to say? The truth is in the public domain. We all know the truth. We know them for who they are. And it's quite disturbing. We are being embarrassed as a nation. You see that? Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. The calls are many. It's your show today. That's why we opened the phone lines very early in the program. We want you to vent. Landen pochiri kumutima. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contributions.
Hello, Mr. Mwamba, Anonymous here in Zambia.
Endita, Anonymous, make your contributions.
Mwamba, we are in trouble.
Yes.
We are in big trouble. You know, some of us, we never voted, but this time around, we are all going to vote. Because what we've witnessed now, it's a different regime which is there. I don't know how I can call it. So otherwise, we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble. Otherwise, it's taking us nowhere. Sure, thank you.
Thank you very much. Make your cause, make your cause. Today it is your show. I have so many missed calls, so I'll try to answer as many as possible.
Yes.
Good evening, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Nancy. I'm calling you from Chadiza. My comment is on Charity Katongo.
Yeah.
As much as she's saying that no, Bachawinga just mentioned her like I fail to believe that because we have all accepted that audio is real. There's no AI or anything like that. Why would he just mention her of all people for no other reason? Like he wants to, who was he trying to impress? Yeah, I think she's not being honest, and just as she can't admit that she was part of something. I think there are some people within the PF who are working against. That's how they're the ones who are feeding these other people all sorts of things. So I think Mama should just be honest, and if she doesn't mean harm, really, or she regrets her whatever she may have been involved in, she should just ask for forgiveness. Otherwise, I don't believe her story. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you very much. There are a lot of calls. I'm glad Charity Katongo came to say a side of the story. Although many people are not believing her story, they are saying she didn't answer the questions. My dear sisters, my line, she can call back for clarification and the questions that people are asking. Online, if you see the questions, many people are not believing her side of the story. And she can call back. But she said she's surrendered everything in the Lord, to the Lord. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
This is Leonard calling from Chingola, Zambia.
Leonard, make your contributions.
Sure, I only have one simple question. Mama Eva Doreen, Mlilia voice note. Bare ipsha Honorable Chabinga. Ati ushamwa alifigwana ati kwa so. Now, just a simple clarification. Finish verse 3.9. What was the meaning of that question? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You are being unfair to me. I can't answer a question on behalf of any of them. That's why I called Charity Katongo in this case to verify her role in this. I'm looking for whoever. One of the people I've even invited is President Hakainde Hichilema. We discuss the love we have for our country. I want him on this program. We verify some facts, some economic, social, and political facts. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, thank you. I wish to remain anonymous, though I will give myself the name as Mrs. AI.
Mrs. AI, you are welcome. Make your contributions.
Yes, Mrs. AI from the diaspora. So, in the charity, obviously took advantage because Charity, even though there's one question that she didn't respond to, which is making a lot of people to suspect that Charity obviously obviously street demonstrate, and yet Africa but just because tokens TXN Airtel, now she wants to deny whatever was happening between her and Chabinga. And then secondly, therefore and the party by president or take over Zambia currently. Ulupampa mina waifi wafuma kwisa mulubulo she or chirishani because ibarelanga putati you cancelled the national mourning, but you still want to bring the body, and then yet you know that family had kwata pamaka ukuchira government. So why was he and Chabinga planning to come and bribe the South African judiciary this side so that they can get the body back? So now my main concern is that Gabale Pampamino ran a body like this, yet we all know that he never loved ECL. He never liked ECL. That's why he treated him like that. That is why he tormented him like that. And on top of that,
The person is gone, but you continue to drag his family to court. You drag the widow and the children to court. The wakota no lose. Muntu kashta accept my results here next year because if we not doing na kwati misepera to therefore to making a short after mepo pabu teko. There's nothing that we have seen. There's no improvement. Galungu. Some developments Galungu. There's nothing that we have seen that he can point and say everything was just a completion of what Ed Galungu left. So you Zambia is a Christian nation, Zambia is a peaceful nation, it's known worldwide. The bloodshed or by power, by force or what? People that can respond to this question because it's too much now. President bashike family abakwata amaka nensambu because they cancelled the national mourning.
Thank you very much, Anonymous from the diaspora, and thank you for your contribution.
Kasongo must go.
I didn't hear that.
I'm saying Kasongo must go.
Okay.
Kasongo must go.
Kasongo must go. I've seen the rogue media post something of interest about our dear brother Chilufya Tayali, who's been, on this matter and is unwell wherever he is, and they are saying they will repatriate. They are hinting that they might take care of his health issues or repatriate him, I don't know. But that would be a matter of interest to the country. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. Anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
Yes, thank you. Ambassador, one thing I've come to observe in our country, Zambia, we are very good at talking issues, but we don't take action.
What do you propose?
I'm saying we are good at talking, but we don't take action. Like, I've seen in other countries where when people are not happy about something, maybe they'll take to the street, not actually for violence. You can protest like peacefully, but here most of the time we are just talking, but we are not taking any action. So there is this matter which we are not talking about. There is this issue of automatic biometric system which they want to introduce in terms of voting. How are we going to use something we have never tested before? We just want to come and use it at a general election. I think there is something that they are not telling us. And it's a very dangerous thing because that system, I read something like it has got some technical issues where maybe the system cannot work. Sometimes you may, like in Zambia, we are not having power of late. We have a challenge of power. So what is happening to those areas where they don't have power? And what are the leaders in opposition doing about this matter? Are we going just to let them go ahead with this system, or we have to challenge it before it takes place?
Thank you very much. A contract was given by ECZ worth $2.6 million, and it was given to a Zimbabwean national who's 27-year-old who holds a company in Mauritius to do the biometrics for the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Other than the manner of the contract, there are a lot of concerns around that biometric issue. ECZ claimed that Zambia has always used biometric issues since 1996. What they haven't effected is electronic voting. So, the ECZ chairperson just stated that it's just one of the updates they do regularly. But the fraternity in the politics are very, very concerned about this development at the ECZ. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Can I be called Mr. AI?
Mr. AI, you are privileged to speak to us.
Mr. Mwamba, in the first place, I need to commend you for the good job that you are doing.
Thank you very much.
I know at some point you have not been popular, not because Sometimes some of the things that you have been bringing to the fore maybe have been questionable, but on this one, 100% you've done it. You have exposed, you have saved this country a big deal you don't know. May God protect you and may God continue blessing you and your work. Mr. Mwamba, some of us we are people who are not partisan and we are not interested in most of these things. But this one, it touches on the integrity of the nation. The integrity of the nation in the sense that if we have got the capacity as a people to sponsor confusion in other countries, to sponsor bribery, corruption in other countries, what more do we do when we are at home with the people who have shown allegiance to us? So now, the issue now comes to how we question most of the judgments that have taken place in our courts. One of the examples is the Edgar Chagwalungu case. Up to now, it doesn't take me to be at Ziare to understand that there was something wrong here. Mr. Mwamba.
Yes.
Number two, some of these people mentioned here are very senior government officials, are very senior, of which by now I expected to see 1 or 2 letters of resignation from their position based on the roles that they took. It is very much unfair and heartening that a team of individuals, very powerful and very, can decide to start abusing the law like that. Then how do we manage this country? Number 3, we are a disgrace as a country. The way we've managed the ECL saga, we've been embarrassed. We have created so many camps, of which these camps have not helped to solve the matter. In the first place, I don't know if I have enough time, I can express this.
No, you can quickly wind up. As you can hear in the background, there's a constant call.
ECL, they were busy insulting him. Then you choose the same people to mediate with the family. Of course, even if you are blind or deaf to reality or the fact, can you entertain such kind of mediation?
Yeah. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Let's allow other phone calls.
So interest was just to bring the body.
Quickly wind up, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. The rule of law, which was shown by the traffic officer, has been questioned today because I expected him to put all those people behind this leaked audio, including himself. Thank you so much and have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much. The calls are many. Let's see if we can admit more calls. Today is your show. We want to hear from you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Madam Anonymous, make your contributions.
Thank you. The punch all over the place. Anything to concentrate on the audio in by UPN balance confused. She parts yaba once any chamo so. Tapala kufung desa imopi afu maisala and that then the UPNG if you they have to lie, they have to do if you're simple and straight. Today, because the one who recorded that audio is Chabinga himself, and he will let him loose. And then machina everywhere. Honestly speaking, Kamata Chabinga, you don't even know how many audios we had. But you can never do one day they will use it against them. But right now, because we are talking about it, it shouldn't be careful. Not knowing what else we have. No kamatenisha wingoyo, no kakumanisha yusuka maskopa yabo, Chawinga alonza maojo akwata, yalishisali yatwala somewhere else. Kashi ishali kweka the tweet pana banani. Because wakapokola bafwile naye akamata Chabinga iwa ndio kwa bafwile basi yamuna iwa na obligation ya bakateka uli shishia mfufu tibia mtango so but this is supporting Chabinga Chabinga kwa tia mapipi ndo ole kushauri pale ndio basi mfuko ya ati ndio kwa sasa ilikuwa ni shina ina takana shiba. That's why you can speak like that. Nini ndio kwa teka wakateka maleka kwa kulisa Chabinga na kwa maleka kwa kulisa Chabinga really what he was saying, he was just disclosing what they were planning. I don't know what to watch about that. He was not missed because the man who knows what he's talking about.
Thank you very much. The lady says, just arrest Chabinga. Where is the problem? Why don't you arrest him? Because he needs to be arrested. And I agree, because he held a press conference. I think he had an idea that we had this audio, because we're in the process of verifying. Someone must have alerted him. And he quickly held that press conference, denounced me, denounced Honorable Dr. Sishua, and engaged in breaking the law. He threatened me. He said he was going to conduct armed robbery on certain people. He did all sorts of things, threatened people. He says he was going to brutally beat people in Infue, and the police will not act. So he has the protection of the president. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Mr. AI, please make your contributions.
Ambassador, my worry is the level of corruption under the UPND government.
Yes.
The corruption under UPND is something that is worrying me. People may not know this. Most of the people they've jailed, like when Rosambo and others, the money they mentioned that they were purported to have in thousands of kwacha. But these guys, they are stealing in millions of dollars. And why should the government be obsessed to borrow when money is not accounted for? And our president is an accountant. Why should our resources, our money, taxpayers' money, be wasted in the manner it's being wasted? And we have seen that the people that have stolen, that have been mentioned in the order report, are still walking free. They are still holding on to their ministerial positions. So what is this? Is corruption not corruption under UPND? What is government doing? What are the owners of the money doing? But I think all of us Zambians, I think we should get that report and start filing in cases in the courts of law, because there's evidence. No one can refuse. That report is very genuine, and it's the president has seen that report. So I think there is need to take something to start taking issues to the courts of law. Otherwise, I don't know where we are going. The corruption is so rampant, it's so worrying. That's my contribution.
Thank you.
How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter, and you are still mourning, to come and attend the funeral and be made to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was, and you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing. I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic, be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall in the 10th anniversary? Or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church?
Hello, my brother. Good evening. Please mute the other device. Tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Benny Musonda.
Oh, our dear brother Benny. Benny mulishani. Mwalilu muboa. Mwalilu muboa. Yo, Natasha sana wa Benny landeni po.
Ichipapuishe sakwe bati abaterekati banaka ukurorera nomba yebako sapo ukufwaya and ife ayaitekifirande pono okufiranda ife bachabinga banensu twali beshiba nensosero shabo nemikiro shabo twali beshiba bachabinga teti batebe batiniye ayi kalo venwe kalo waisa rero mucharo chazanda nangu waisha rero bachabinga garandevi. But away from that, Ambassador, the truth is the presidency is too high, too high to start engaging state operatives using cadres. I think you, and I know you have been at that high level. I don't want to take much of your time. The state cannot start engaging high levels. When we know over Friday, we know over Friday is. We don't want to get there. But if our Friday can be engaged in such, that's deeply demeaning to state agencies and deeply demeaning even to the head of state. If he can send my Friday to deal with a character like my elder brother Chabinga, over Tumati, caderism and Nabalia, I think that's too deep. And that's too lowering state operatives. State operatives must be respected. State operatives must be given the respect that should be accorded to them. But you know, not to issue a fiance, Africa secretively, we know everything that is happening. But let me not take much of your time.
Thank you very much for Veni. Thank you. Veni is a very famous youth activist. He's been a student activist and a youth activist. And he says, why are we demeaning, the role of the intelligence? Why is the president dealing with discredited characters like Robert Chabinga? Veni, what I can tell you is it exposes the character flaw of the president, that he has dirty works he's doing on the sides while upholding what he shows like, a genuine character of a state and a leader, yet he's engaged in these dirty things. Nixon, remember President Nixon in 1972 was impeached because he sent people to go and bargo into an opposition office. Here in Zambia, we have a president who's taken over the opposition using surrogates like Robert Chabinga. Imagine what the Americans would do if just mere sending of people to go and bargo into an office of the opposition cost the president an impeachment. What about the conduct of President Hakainde Hichilema if he was in America? Both sides, both parties would quickly impeach him. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
May I remain anonymous as usual?
Thank you.
Yes. The audio of where Robert Chabinga reveals very alarming details about his mission in South Africa is really something that is making many of us concerned and worried about the state of affairs in our nation. I've had a position even before now that Robert Chabinga is a danger to our country I've told a few of my friends that know me that Robert Chabinga shouldn't even be near the president. And even when he was making his endorsement in Sparta during the Twala ceremony, and the president was happy that Robert Chabinga is making that endorsement, I raised my concern about that because this is not a person that should even be entertained to even be close to the president. And true to what we were suspecting, here he is making very, very alarming statements and putting our nation in a very compromising situation where now our relationship with South Africa obviously are no longer what they used to be anymore. I believe South Africans are not happy with that audio, that, there are plans by Zambians, to bribe their judges in South Africa, and these plans are engineered by the claims of Robert Chabinga by the president in this country. This is extremely embarrassing. It is something that we all shouldn't be happy about. And someone said, in a normal country, in a normal situation, immediately that audio came out, there should have been arrests. The police should have moved in and arrested Chabinga to help with the investigation to verify his claims and his allegations that he has been sent to South Africa to conduct those operations which are unlawful. And we appreciate KBF coming in to say those are criminal enterprises and something must be done. The law must be applied. But we know that Chabinga has made so many statements before and nothing has been done because he is working with the powers that be. Yeah. The police have no power to arrest him. And this is very unfortunate because if this continue to happen, we will have a situation where there will be no control whatsoever anymore in this country. Anyone will do whatever they feel like doing and they will go scot-free without being, subjected to the law so that they can answer to the crimes that they are committing. So this is very serious. Personally, I want to perhaps make an appeal that that matter be followed up to the latter until criminals that are involved in that audio should be brought to book so that we don't have people running around doing whatever they want to do, embarrassing our country.
Thank you very much, my brother. You remember there was an earlier audio that leaked. It involved State House Special Assistant for Politics, Levi Ngoma, and then at the time, PS at Ministry of Home Affairs, Joseph Akafumba. In that audio, the police went for the people that published the audio, not the perpetrators of a crime that were plotting to disenfranchise the Citizen First candidate in the Kawata by-election and the threats against the chief electoral officer. But they went to the publisher. Even in this case, Chabinga claims he has reported me and Sishua to the police. But Chabinga is the one to be arrested. We are just a mere platform that has exposed the scheme. You don't come for us. We are whistleblowers. That's why in many jurisdictions, whistleblowers are protected by the law. It is the criminals that you have to pursue, not the messenger. You don't kill the messenger. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Zephania from Lusaka.
Thank you, my dear brother. Make your contributions.
Yes, Mwamba. Yakunoka nama light road shading takwaba network ila shupa so area ya chila shupa.
Yeah.
So contribution ya the first ya parliament the Falkland area AI ishire ya Chabinga. AI wa Mwamba ile ti original ukulanda the Falkland ti original ya voice ya Chabinga. Ni AI bantu ruseko. Luwa Chabinga wale mfika fie proper Chabinga but wale gana tite original nombo AI kutia seka zona nokulande chimemba cha chitumbuka AI yamsa ngoja. So the truth of the matter is that he or she
abantu barayimona fe kwati is a small case. It's a case that a lot of Zambians, it has now opened our eyes that there was something big which these people they have been planning by ECL. When you hear the conversation from that audio, even Bacharity Nanguvarekana, the Ghana Bacharity. Charity is also part and parcel of the scheme. Ngamwamona kuno kwino Bacharity was wali kuma first wali ba first kuya kuchiriro. Wali ba first and everyone was shocked. Napa first pale wali saya tuamona. So now we are trying to connect the dots. The truth of the matter is that Balungu, he was a person that was able to embrace everyone, even the people, even the enemies. That's why even sometimes me as a Fenia, I feel that Balungu limbi just because abantu efyo fyambo kumfuika ngamwamona kuno bwino ba Mwamba nambo kusakamana ine tatwikere bwino tatwikere bwino nangu ifwebe ne nangu mwebene ba Mwamba okuba careful na yene mfuletu waba careful waza abantu tabarenda bwino and barebo mfya ba bruru besu MPF abantu barebo mfya. Otherwise, mwachibepsha kuno bwino bacharity bafiro kwasuka ama questions. Ile bacharity na liveshwa kuno bwino. Bacharity ngatabali involved. Chabinga inonchitanga tarelala. Ngano kumushita report kutoa mshita report. Then the question I want to also, ndefa mbinala psha badorini. Badorini bali mu balerandisha nyana bachabinga. But tabaleranda if you are but if you see now but no minister, meaning that AI audio crema is original. Bantu ama voices yale mfuika kuno bwino Luseko no kusheta everything AI tairanda fidia. So beratu bepa baretu shingwa beratu bikanankani tonje moba tuwatiawe AI just because the 12 missed calls and the 30 missed calls. There is a connection when you connect. Lesa ewishive chentu pepe wonse ama Zambians na PF everyone chentu pepelewa mayoba estalungu kutulesa aba pere strength. Mambo na lesa ambokula sokolola usokololoko. And I want just to quote what Honorable Makebi Zulu said, and may God continue using Honorable Makebi Zulu. He said Mwambati Balungu na bakano okulala because he wants to expose the people who mistreated him and who did whatever they did to Balungu. So Balungu na bakano okulala. Balungu bakalala everything in the number fyaba people are exposed. Na totera sana, may God bless you.
From what we see, what we read, they are handling the funeral in a manner African funerals must be handled. To respect the dead, to bury them with dignity. President Buhari died in London. He was brought home. We too have shown that example by burying all the 5 before the 6th president. Near here. I think it's just behind, isn't it? Near here. All the 5. So we've established a tradition, protocols in line with the African culture. So we must continue with that culture, no matter what challenges, what difficulties there are. And I can't say that we've continued engaging the family quietly. Maybe I should confirm that. We've continued engaging the family quietly, because that's what it should be. And we do hope that consensus will be reached. And I want to ask Zambians, first, thank you for your patience. And secondly, to ask you to retain that patience as discussions continue.
Thank you very much. Today we are discussing the ramifications of that leaked audio. There were various attempts by the UPND to make it, to wish it away. They claimed that it was AI. When that was debunked, now they've moved to a second stage where they're trying to discredit Chabinga, which is good because they were using a discredited person in the first place, being given high assignments. Chabinga has been with the president. Just remember when they made him acting leader of the opposition in a very controversial manner. He was in Kasama to unveil the Kasama airport, and President Hakainde Hichilema called Robert Chabinga's leader of the opposition was in his entourage. And since then, whether it is Nkwala ceremony or any other, the president carries Robert Chabinga to many of the traditional ceremonies to speak on behalf of the Patriotic Front. Even when he is expelled and confirmed by court, this president has continued to use him. And now here is the biggest embarrassment. He gives him one of the most delicate assignments that involves his office of the Director General of Intelligence, and another sovereign state, and it blows in their face. That's what we are discussing today. I want to hear your views, ramification of this leaked audio. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Yes, we can hear you. Just a minute. Yes, caller. Now we can hear you.
Awesome. So thank you for this opportunity to contribute to this very prestigious show. EMV is truly an honor. Because of the cyber laws and because of the shrinking democratic space in Zambia,
yeah.
Please call me Anonymous from the land of AI.
Anonymous from the land of AI. Make your contributions.
All right. So the UPND is behaving like a party in opposition. It's very strange. They are relying heavily on propaganda rather than leadership. This alone, for me, shows they are not cut out for the responsibility of governance. They are caught into a lot of web of propaganda and trying to prove a point here and there and so on and so forth. I want to say this. There are 4 clear grounds upon which President Hakainde Hichilema should resign. Number 1, U7, he drafted it from the community house and tried to force it down our throats. Right? We saw all that. Even after the Constitutional Court ruled against it, he persisted, through the Speaker of the National Assembly, with that rogue, approach of trying to bring something that has been kicked out and trying to bring it back by force. Okay. Number 2, the cyber laws. Yes, he assented to the Cyber Security Act, Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Acts, despite them having clear violations of multiple constitutional provisions. It's clear, and that's why Laz has taken it back to court. It's very clear. Thirdly, just his handling of the former president. He showed no dignity in how he treated President Lungu during his illness. To make matters worse, he's now suing the late president's widow in a foreign court, seemingly taking pleasure in prolonging her pain. This man has no dignity. For me, this is the perfect ground for resignation if he's been looking for a reason to resign. And fourthly, bribing a foreign judge. Literally concocting a plan to bribe a foreign judge. And he's implicated in this. If he's innocent, he would have had Chabinga right now arrested. The fact that he has not done anything about it, he knows Chabinga is on good ground. Those 4 things for me are perfect ground for Mr. Hakainde Hichilema to resign if he's been looking for an excuse to resign. Now, let's be honest. If President Hakainde Hichilema can sponsor the bribery of a judge in a foreign country, what does that say about the integrity of our own courts here in Zambia, in the land of AI? It raises a real questions. Are judges in Zambia being paid off to ensure rulings go against opposition MPs? So I think I believe so. From Boma Nsamba, Joe Malanji, all to Mpundu Binwell right now, I don't think there's been any real justice. Judges have been paid. There's evidence they tried to even bribe a foreign judge.
what more the judges that they have appointed here locally, with Mr. Is it Malambo as the one running JCC, who's his friend,
Vincent Malambo.
So yeah, that's my contribution, and I hope it shall.
Now, before you go, Anonymous from the land of AI, before you go, you want the president to resign, and you've given the 4 grounds. Does he have the character? Does he have the character to resign? Does he? Can he rise to that position and resign? Yeah, hello. Are you still there? Oh, I think he's gone. He's gone. I wanted to ask him. He's asking the president to resign on those 4 grounds. Does he think the president has a character to actually respond and resign? Is he a man that can resign and give up because he has breached the constitution, the law or moral standing of our country? Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Ambassador, good evening. This is Pastor AI from Bata Hills of Ron constituency.
Pastor AI from Ron constituency in Luansha, make your contributions.
Ambassador, very quickly, I just want to state 4 points. Number 1, Zambia is a Christian nation, and we are blessed with a lot of pastors, bishops, and prophets. What has been happening for 2 months reminds me of what happened to Moses when he went up the mountain and never returned. He died and God buried him, and up to now no one knows where he was buried. But then if you read the Bible in the book of Jude chapter 9, you realize that the devil contended with the archangel, Michael, trying to establish where Moses was buried. So my appeal for all the pastors and the bishops and the prophets in Zambia to come out in the open and help us and just try to establish what the interest is from those that sent the AI to go and do and try to attempt to corrupt the judges so the body is repatriated to Zambia. That's my comment, Ambassador. Otherwise, we're doing a good job. Continue doing what you're doing, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are discussing ramifications of the leaked audio and the quest to get the body of the late President Edgar Lungu. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Bachilufia from UK. Yeah, make your contributions.
Yeah, do you know, I actually was laughing when I read an article which was saying the place of someone, Chabinga. Seriously.
Yeah.
Honestly. Do you know the biggest problem that we have got is this president thinks we are stupid. No, we are not, Mwamba. Someone just to go and clear him.
You think that they are summoning Robert Chabinga to clean him up, not to punish him or to subject him to the law?
What he said, and I'm sorry to say, what the boy said should be criminal. And they're only doing it to go and clear his name. But do you know, I watched the interview, or rather the conversation that you had with KBF.
Yes.
KBF
yes.
Last night. I was trying to call and I couldn't get through.
I'm so sorry. We had over 400, not the 12 missed calls.
Right.
We had 456 missed calls.
Come back. And I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, proceed.
They should come back. We have a president who promised he was going to rule according to the constitution. Has he done that? No. The man is doing the complete opposite. I'm sorry to say, Mwamba, but hey, all those who said stuff that.
Has he gone away? I'm so sorry, but at least we've heard his view. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from, caller.
This is Anonymous from the land of AI. Sorry, I couldn't answer the later part of your question because my line acted up, so I thought I should go back and just answer.
Oh, that. Yes. I said, you from the land of AI. Do you think the president has a character to resign? Is he one? Because all the callers are accusing him. He has refused to stay in State House. He has refused to declare his assets. He's breaching the Constitution. They even fear that he will not hand over power when he loses in 2026. But you have tabulated immediate 4 reasons why he should resign. Do you think that he is a character that can resign? Does he have the moral uprightness to face the issues that you are raising and resign? That was my humble question.
Unfortunately, I think I'm convinced that he's unable. He's unable to resign. He does not have, the ability to actually, comprehend the weight of his actions. He doesn't understand that is prolonging the pain of a widow. I don't think he has not just the heart or the mental capacity. He doesn't have it. Unfortunately, that's the kind of president that we have, and this is why I've been telling all my colleagues. I've been saying what we need to do is write him a letter to appoint him as a former president on the 13th of August 2026. He needs to go and occupy that position because he's the only qualified person, to be former president, because we cannot have a man in that high office does not have a heart for people, who doesn't have the character to be able to say, I made a mistake, let me step aside. He does not have it. Going forward, Zambians and youths choose leaders who have character. If they've made a mistake, can step away and allow somebody else to carry the baton. Because this kind of man where he keeps making mistakes upon mistakes. Since President Lungu died, this man has made so many mistakes, so many things have come out. If it was me, I would have cowered myself into a leaf in a tree and died of shame. But he had no.
Thank you, man from land of AI. Thank you.
This points to criminality, meaning this was a clandestine operation, so that Chabinga has got access to go and play what he terms now his mingalato with the judiciary in South Africa. How embarrassing can we, as a nation, suffer such indignation, such stupidity? Ukutumpo kwa pulamo ukusebanye chalo cha Zambia uku ekutumpa uku Chabinga ekutumpa, and all those that are part of this criminal enterprise must be arrested, including Friday Nyambi, because he was the one who was giving the last minute instructions. According to his own audio, This so-called leader of opposition was receiving instructions from our director of intelligence. The director of intelligence had already received instructions, according to him, from State House. Because State House had been calling Chabinga for 13 times whilst he was asleep. Now, in law, there can be no serious evidence against a criminal, not fools. Robert, I know you. I know your voice. I know how you speak. I know your tonations. And I know when you're speaking. Niwebo walelanda. We are tumpa. And don't think we are fools. Honorable Doreen Mwamba, you are an accessory to that offense because Chabinga confessed a crime to you and you did not report him to law enforcement. You too are part of that criminal enterprise. You also must be arrested. Ngani mwewe Doreen Mwamba. You don't even enjoy immunity. You're not a president. You're just a minister. Who tells you a minister cannot be arrested? Who tells you that? This power that you are enjoying, don't abuse it. Because I can warn you now. Next year, come August next year, when we kick you out of power, you know where you're going. Friday Nyambe, you as an individual, as director of intelligence, your job is not to commit offenses, is to conduct intelligence for this country, not criminality.
Thank you very much. We've got a set of callers today. Callers, this was your program, and I opened the phone lines very early on because I wanted you to comment about this matter. We use the opportunity of the absence of the Honorable Given Lubinda to give you this platform and discuss the audio because there have been many issues that have risen since the audio. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
Anonymous
kwa Kaputa.
Awo mlewo mbe nchito ikalamba sana foewe na Zambia pa chikosere na abatu fokwa anta kutunwa kansha papene pakupusukilo kupemu inako okubwese shakomi mapalwa mubiri waba President Edgar Lungu ba President akainde ilikuwa liukulosha ba President Vanesu ku Nigeria wa Buhari abafuiriyo kumabulayo ku UK ba President wesu akainde balira ndoke bati mamnini abanesu nabashika ku Buhari bwangu efo chifuiriyo kuba efo twachita n'emyaka yimbi pali the other 5 presidents mwe abantu bakwalesa mwe bena Zambia ba Buhari tetifo tupashanyeko kuti to ifibashika bwangu ku Nigeria efo chifuiriyo kuba erutambi ba Buhari tabali ni ba former president wa ifya kutintana na sitting president nangwe eko fyaba neshi sitting president mu Nigeria lelo ali bombera ali kwato mtimo wa ibela nga seba ali kangana po fimona ba Buhari tafi pendelepo ba Buhari yo baluwala tatwa mfu hapo ku Nigeria tibali bafumya pandeke ko balifa ku Colombo mtuku kukufwa ekipatale ekikulu ku Bulaya ku UK ba Buhari ndeke yali batwele ya buteko bwa nangani jet yakutita haya ubuteko ni government ya Nigeria yabatwele ku kipatala ku UK kuli ama medical care ni balabe ne ba government lintu ba Buhari bafwa kubika pona religion yabo babwesha omubiri ku Nigeria bashika babika pona olutambi lwabo ulakushika ba Buhari pesa babe ne basontera kubashika kuyadiri yabo kubansa lwabo nomba lekanyeni ba president hakainde kuti babe bakonga bale mfefi bamfako teti mupashanyo kulosha kwa bene Nigeria pali ba Buhari na ifo kulosha kwesu ba Lungu na ima ba president hakainde ima ba president hakainde ama differences yenu na ba Lungu muna mufo ya ba Lungu mule yalandisha political party yenu UPND
abo bene mwali teta ebale languka sana okulandikisha muleteni tumushike hapa ishanyesha as if baleshika ka stillborn akapopo muntu mkulu, a father, a grandfather, an uncle, a brother, imamwe bantu ke kyukushika balungu mukubite kwangu bamfidia culture yabene Nigeria na religion babako ba Buhari chat the suit trafina chitia ku Nigeria and to the maximum pali ukusumi nokutila ba Buhari had no contentions with the sitting president. Ba Buhari sitting president ewa that to be kula kuchipatala. Sitting president was we know balungu bali retire is it retiring kwa ibambele kose tu ba janja finalika active politics but babwela no but remember babwela mu active politics abe nebeka bale imukuti bala ya kuchipatala no pia lwabo no ba imwa head of state na abantu ababiko nkapo ni mama alete bakanyi okupita panteke pa airport apo pa Lusaka airport so the Kenya president akainde ukutile twa papa that this thing chile kalipa this is a human being ali to take up ali to chile suma na mfani wewe ni mwafuile kwa isa befya msango tutemwe kan tutatwa mipata we voted you into office therefore once we engage but we voted for you we voted for Lungu Idyashna we could have voted for Balungu Idyashna that wa mnafumata fiweme twachinja twachitwala itaba hakaindi. How come walikweta votes all over Zambia 2.8 million bushemu alituishwa bonzoko twali bakushika pamfo yabalungu nachi kalipa chile kalipa pantu namba mwampa nokupashanya kumbi we sishenza kuli culture yesu baletila tabale fire uyu muntu apalameko ngakuti femo alika ko kupalama ku you delegate ba mayiwa mtena lumango epo bali batungululo yo mulimo iche chentu ngakachile shika kunono mboko mwalalenga tule mfo kusonkorwa ukutila mle pashanya na kumbi tepo chava ama cultures yali kusana kuno kwa kaputoko tulimu kwa Mr. President naba mayewa mtaina lumango kutibalani kwali watu muntu ngafwa abene balupwa tabale fry mama villagers fellow mlo sheko they say kunota kulikwisako tatu yako abene balosha ba mayewa mtaina lumango can bear witness for this batabwabo balosha bashika behind the house kulingana fbale fire nangu bashika kumnanda ngefbale fire nangu bashika ku the banks of the river uyuno mumana waba kuno mweru wanchipa bashika mumba life ya mumana if not that the person died pachimana no afiyeta munganda aliwala bajabe nifi bakumine if let's surrounding for ya muntu achao twalashika mumba ya mumana 1 2 kwali wokushika fe mwibara lya tute abatabwa they are Zambians, they are part of the 72-73 tribes we are in Zambia. So it even bali balungu it's not a tribal thing. It's a high number contentions yama politics. Something has to be done, Mr. President. Bring us back as one nation, please, to Papa. Abana besu bakashala shan. Abe shku besu bakashala shan. Ni history istwala banga for the land of Zambia. Ati kusele 6 is president afile fichara nation. To Papa. Weshenyu mutima lekeno kupashanya kumfa shimbi kunse because imfa shimbi they have not denied their former presidency treatment to kuya balungu offered him pia shawe their name wine but pa airport mle bakanyo kupita chile kalipa do something for the nation please thank you kwaiba
Mwena Kaputa na Tasha sana lesa mipale. Thank you from Kaputa, the land of the Tabwas. You can hear she's referenced even the traditions. We will begin to wind up today. It was your show. We prepare for tomorrow's show with Honorable Given Luwinda. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening. Thank you. Can I remain anonymous, please?
You are well. I've got a lot of callers from the land of the anonymous.
Yes, it's a new one. The land of I. That is very nice.
Yeah.
No, so just a word for Zambia. If, Mr. President, you are listening, the Chabinga guy, whether we like him or not, Chabinga should be able to be read that his exposure is not too good to represent Zambia. We know what Chabinga was before he became an MP. And to have such a person to represent your office, not even your office, but to be associated with you, that is very damaging. So not just to you, but to the presidency of Zambia. You see, one thing we can play what he said. as fellow Zambians. But when it starts getting outside the country, it is our mandate. Every well-meaning Zambian must step up and say, this we cannot tolerate. So much as the supporters of the UPND or the government would run away from it to say this is AI, we know very well when we sit in our bubble, we know that this we've been busted. But can we, for once, just put our country first and stop all this mingalato, because it's not looking too good. This has nothing to do with politics. But Mr. President, you cannot continue allowing people like Chabinga coming close to the presidency. We can't have that. We cannot. You have said you've raised the bar high. But when we see Chabinga, that is nothing close to having the bar high. So to our Papa Taba president, just let this guy slide and tell him, let him go and go back to school, let him learn. There's a lot of things that he must learn. I mean, look at the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Kakuwo. He was a young man. He's a young man. But look the way he carried himself. He didn't water like the way Chabinga does. I mean, Chabinga has been caught pants down many, many times. Why? Because Taba Fishibe Findwa president. So to our Papa Taba president, if you are listening, please take heart and just get rid of Chabinga. Thank you so much, Mwamba. Your audience is growing. I haven't been following for some days now. Well done. You're doing a fantastic job, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the support that Zambians are giving this. Someone has already titled it that they want to make t-shirts EMV, Emmanuel Mwamba verified. Thank you very much. True. Stanley Kakubo was Minister of Foreign Affairs. As soon as an issue arose, he resigned. That's how men of integrity do it. But not Robert Chabinga, not even the president, who's been mad in a lot of scandals, do they even consider resigning. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwamba. This is anonymous.
Yes, my brother. Proceed. We have a new town where we are putting all of you. It's called Anonymous Town, a land of AI. So you are all welcome. Those who are calling from the city of Anonymous.
Yeah, this is where we are right now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. And I've been trying to call you. I've given you almost 2 missed calls.
Oh my God! Not 12. Not 12 missed calls. 32. I'm so sorry. Please make your contributions.
Yeah. First, Ambassador, concerning the audio.
Yeah.
For Mr. Chabinga, he mentioned of one of the issues to do with the state security, where he said that na chief mapanse na mwana bakapokora na bepshogwa tushekwe kumotoka ishire kuno then baranda tawo takuli motoka ishire, and then later on Aisha ndoko kuti that shachenda na ADC wandi enderefeneka. But Chabinga is just merely a member of parliament from Mafinga, who is also expelled from the PF. How does he qualify to have the APC and to have the police guiding him when the former president Edgar Lungu served Zambia for 7 years? Badi mpoka fiancé, Dagwete security, Dagwetenshi. Now, how is it making sense that Chabinga, just a mere MP, not quite a fiancé, but fiancé, badi mpoka kuri ba former president by Edgar Lungu? What is happening on that one? The other one, Ambassador, is the issues of when you look at what happened on 18th of June, the boat was supposed to come to Zambia. Then a lot of Zambians from all walks of life traveled to Lusaka. I remember I met prominent people in Lusaka there. We were actually lodges. A lot of Zambians traveled from all walks of the parts of Zambia to go and receive Mr. Edgar Lungu's body that time.
Yes, people including Mr. Marbo from Italy.
Because of
bakasongo ode alifiro kuisa abantu mu Zambia muno mwene twaliruse mbere and then South Africa pa 25 ero twalina okushika kulya knowing very well the timing to say barishikamaye a day before. That's when there were rumors of saying that no, the Biometric injunction, the government, a lot of Zambians lost resources, a lot of Zambians traveled. Number on the part of the government, Zambians, is the government okay with that? And then up to now, Mwamba, Balungu wa 5 June. Lero ni pa 22 July. Taturashika. Ba kubuteko bweso. Ulewanda pushani. Filipe no mwezi. And then the other thing that I would want to ask Ambassador is that ndero mbako fe kuma Zambians. If you maybe we can try to set up a fundraising for the for Mama Esther Lungu. Period to South Africa yakula, and his life in South Africa is very, very expensive. So if he through your ambassador and the leadership both in the PF and the Trans Alliance, we can try to come up with an account so that to asonka ulotuma tu kwacha twafulicheko ba Mama Esther Lungu no report of South Africa to manage life there. I think that one is a plea that I'm making to the Zambians. If we can try to consider that and make it legal so that I want to through these platforms, the account can be shared so that to post some millions to support the family. Mama Esther Lungu could consider for Zambians to inavena. So, if that can be done, and then we have issues of the same audio. The other question that I have on the same audio, is it a distraction to actually divert the attention of Zambians instead of looking at the deals that are going on in government? Is it a distraction? Is it planned? Sometimes propaganda. Distraction. We don't trust these people.
What I know, the distraction is not the audio, but the sex videos that are being released at this time. Not the audio. The audio is unexpected. They don't know what hit them. So if there is any distraction, it's sex videos that they are releasing. Tap, so that Zambians are taken elsewhere. Colleagues, we'll begin to wind up. Today was your program, and I think I've taken enough because I've never taken so many calls, although I can see already 236 missed calls, not 12, but 236. But I try to get as many as possible. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Gift. I'm calling you from the town of Chipata.
Gift, tell us your name and where you are calling us from, Gift.
I've said my name is Gift. I'm calling you from Chipata.
Thank you, Gift from Chipata. Make your contribution.
Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba, I want to start by making a comment on the issue of the leaked video audio.
Yes.
If you have noted in that video, in that audio, sorry, that was a conversation between two individuals. And on the two individuals, the president was not involved in that video. Yes, there was a mention of President Hakainde Hichilema, that he called and whatnot, but I've noticed that from your program and the way you are putting it, the blame is so much on President Hakainde Hichilema, which shouldn't be the case, because we haven't really ascertained the veracity of the conversation between the two individuals, whether it's Robert Chabinga and whoever it doesn't matter. But the truth is that we haven't ascertained whether what was discussed between two individuals is actually the correct position. Therefore, it is not fair for you, Ambassador Mwamba, and other callers to put so much blame on the president, who hasn't said anything about the audio himself.
My brother, can you hear me? My brother, can you hear me?
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, Ambassador.
The caller from Chipata. Can I ask you a question?
Hello?
Can I ask you a question? Hello? Oh, the caller from Chipata. I wanted to ask him a question, that if you've been named in an armed robbery, that there'll be armed robbery and your name is mentioned, what would you do? The president has been mentioned in this, and it has been how many days since then? Caller from, you said you're from UK. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Robin. Am I also going to change from the land of AI?
We don't know if you're from the city of anonymous land of AI, but you can choose.
No. I'm calling from Manchester. I just wanted to add my views on that audio leak. For me, that audio was, I listened to it, and the first thing that came to my mind was hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. Because what that actually God is clearing things for us. There are things that have been said for years and people have been refusing, but then now we can see it, and we can hear it from people actually saying it. And for all those people, remember when Mr. Kasonso came on the show, and then when he was asking Zambians, do you think your president is a crook? So it's up to people now to listen to that audio and make their own decision. And if you think it's AI, please don't be one of those zombies. This is as true as it can be, and it's a disappointment for every Zambian. They should be concerned, and they should choose the country first and put this government where they belong to be, back in the opposition, or they should go back farming, because this is not how our country should be run. It's a disappointment. And Michael Sada said, under 5 politics, you see it. So thank you so much, Mwamba. And I'm very certain there'll be more audios to come before 2026. And they're just making our campaign so easy. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Anonymous from Manchester. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening. Is it good evening for Zambia and good afternoon for us who are in Canada? My name is Danny Sinyangwe.
Okay, Canada, please, Danny, make your contributions.
Thank you. Ambassador, people should not forget. I've heard so many people saying Chabinga, but let's look at it this way. Chabinga was doing what he's doing because there is a bigger fish who was sending him to do this. And this bigger fish is who we should get rid of. Chabinga is just a small fish. Chabinga cannot have all that audacity that he has because someone is sending him. And believe me, Ambassador, you claim paper, because what would have happened, they had sent Chabinga in South Africa to send confusion, and they would have said, Monem PF, look what they're doing. But that's why the court came in, because I think their mission was to create confusion, and then at the end of it, people would have said, look at these guys, because they were sponsored by the same person who was sending Chabinga, the same person who was calling Chabinga, whether 30 times or 12 times. That is where we should be concentrating on. Let's not concentrate so much on Chabinga. Let's concentrate on the person who's financing and sponsoring Chabinga. And this is the person, when it comes August next year, all Zambians should go and vote and remove this kind of person out of power. Look at it, Mwamba. Everyone today in Zambia is scared. They are calling and saying anonymous.
When have we ever seen that? That should tell us a lot about what is happening in our country, because there's no way abantu baleetira n'okulanda mashina. Come on, people, let's wake up and let, for me, as I end up, we thank you, Ambassador Emmanuel, for what you're doing. Continue doing it. We are behind you. A lot of Zambians lost hope, but you've brought hope to Zambians. Thank you and God bless you, Ambassador Mwamba.
Thank you very much. God bless you too, and I'm grateful for the kind words. Caller, I think this is my elder brother, Father Donosco Mwansa Pombo from Italy. Sir, make your contributions.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Emmanuel, Mwamba, and good evening the viewers, the followers as well on the network. I think this case, we will continue participating and to talk about it because it's a very, very serious case. And I will just wonder, I personally still wonder why the police has not yet taken Chabinga for questioning. It's a very serious matter. Now, I think it's Chabinga himself who was disclosed that he was on a mission. I remember the conversations when Chabinga would answer to Vadoren Mwamba to say, what are you going to do in South Africa? How are you going to coordinate yourself? And Chabinga now, when he says, he mentions, we are going to use the charity. This is very interesting. Chabinga said, we will use, he does not say about charity or we will use Madam Charity. No, Chabinga says, we will use charity. Now, this phrase, to analyze it psychologically, it means charity, according to me. I don't know from the part of charity or Madam Charity. According to me, Chabinga just chose to use also charity. Probably charity was unaware of what was going to happen.
Please hold on, please.
Why do I say this? Is because of the way Chabinga addressed charity. Whilst Chabinga is addressing Vadorin Mwamba, Honorable Mwamba, Vadorin Mwamba, as Honorable, whilst Chabinga is addressing Martha Ntini with a name, Chive with a name. None of these was given this title, Chi Charity. So only charity has been called with this title, Chi Charity. So probably she might not be aware, she might have not been aware of what was going on. But what was sure about this story, nasty story, unfortunately, it's a nasty story, yes. We have to call it by the name, as it is when Chabinga himself conversates with Madame Doreen and says, my mission is a private mission, known only to you, Honorable Doreen. Well, this is as well nasty again. Honorable Chabinga now says, well, my mission is private. And then he goes on to announce now what he was supposed to do in this mission. Calls Barbosa at 23:20. On Friday, calls Barbosa is at 23:40. And then from 02:30 to 04 hours, almost 12 missed calls. And then there comes in Friday, Nyambe, who calls Chabinga. This time Chabinga is now in South Africa. Friday Nyambe, I understand he is the director of intelligence. Now Friday Nyambe calls Chabinga, who has already entered in South Africa on Friday, and says, go and help in Mingalato Yakot. Well, these words are so worrying. It's very, very worrying.
What should happen, Father? What should happen?
For me, what should happen is the police were supposed to arrest Chabinga immediately. Immediately this audio was leaked. Arrest Chabinga pending investigations. Arresting him does not mean you arrest him and you incarcerate him. No, you arrest him. You can even do a house arrest. Arresting doesn't mean they take him to prison, Chimbo Kaila, but they could have arrested Chabinga because it's serious. It's so serious, the case. Now, okay, psychology. I'll try to use the psychology. Why not arresting Chabinga immediately? Maybe, according to me, maybe it's because Chabinga is the only one now who has been used as the owner, the acting president of the Patriotic Front political party. I want to be clear here. Maybe the reason they cannot arrest him because Chabinga is the acting president of PF. If he is arrested, Honorable Mwamba, listen carefully. If Mr. Chabinga is arrested, probably the government is going to be forced to allow Patriotic Front to go for elections of their new president. Because their president now is going to be arrested and will be under investigations. Now, by so doing, it means that maybe Mingala to play those on PF, the Patriotic Front, the original Patriotic Front, might bring a lot of confusions, according maybe to a script.
Thank you. Thank you, our dear brother.
What to happen here for me is to arrest Chabinga pending investigations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you always for your insightful contribution. I've got a call. I was waiting here. Caller, tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Mwamba. My name is Teddy Nkunka.
Teddy, make your contributions.
Yes, Mwamba, what I can say, Zambia, it has turned into animal farm, where other people, they are special, others, they are not. Why do I say so? After that threat should be on Sunday or Saturday, Chabinga at the press briefing. There were a lot of threats, and Chabinga had confidence in whatever he was saying to say, I'm daring the IG. I'm going to do this and this concerning the PF, and that's where I even mentioned your name and the Sashua, something like that. Now, today what I did, Mwamba, I went to police, Central Police. You know, I don't know what kind of police we have this time around here in Kawe, who are misbehaving like cadres. Why do I say they are misbehaving like cadres? They started threatening me. You see? Even to get my phone to say, let us see your phone. It's like you are recording us. Imagine, let me tell a record. We have read a lot about you and where are you coming from? Which party are you coming from? This is where we have reached now because even the police knows that Chabinga is working with the UPND. Permanent. After because me, I'm not a person who can be intimidated easily. I'm not like that, and I'm not scared. So I pressurized the police not until they recorded the statement to say Chabinga was threatening violence. For him to say, NPF, we are going to meet in Infua, we are going to beat that person. And anyone we are going to find that PF secretariat, we are going to beat that person. Now, after that, the police still they went ahead to say, we don't want you to mention the name of the officer in charge. If you do so, we are going to sue you. You see, look at that kind of intimidation the police they are bringing to us who are reporting these thieves in the name of Chabinga. When you hear in that press briefing, Chabinga was saying, "Ati mungwe pakulira, kulekwa shintirire." That's what he was saying. Meaning, Vashindira kuli ba president over dimension our tumino bushi kuma 23. That's the state we have reached. And the president most of the time, when he has a press briefing most of the time, Nankumalari, Baranda Titabalala, he works through the night. Now the question is it the president, does it mean he's confirming to say he makes calls during the night? That's what we want to know as Zambians. And yesterday, the acting president, Rubinda, PF, he said that let the president come out and clear himself. Let not tumfo massacre, Katwishanga advise our president and Afinsho advise. Katwishanga Afinsho our president. He has come out to say the president cannot respond to such nonsense call. Does it mean Filiafe Chabinga and it was nonsense call? That's what we want to know as Zambians. You see, it's very unfortunate. So Chabinga, because if our target Kupan Togoquine Quashintile 2026, so that tomorrow Mumbe Parashintile 2026, that's our target. And we are not going to be tired of Mwamba talking over the affairs of our country when someone has failed therefore to Mutasha. You see, some of us, like me, I was not born to place failures. As far as I'm concerned, President has failed. No wonder is using Chabinga. You see, now look at Mwamba in our country. You see, where we call Zambia as a Christian nation, the question to the president, we shall apply the Mufiarona to this amount in our country. It's very unfortunate. Some of us, we are organizing the youths. We are not going to watch them destroying our country because of what? This country does not belong to the UPNDs and the President HH alone. This country belongs to all of us. It's just a time which we have given the Zambian people, they gave to President HH, because me, myself, I did not vote for him. It's up to those who vote for President HH. So we gave them a mandate to run this country, not to intimidate people like the way it's doing. This is not the way we should live, Mwamba. They are taking this country in Panganda, where you can tell your children to say, and they cannot dispute because you are the head of the house. This is what they are taking this country.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you. Let me just take the last few calls. Thank you, Teddy.
You wake up without instrument of power. And at that particular time, you are going to answer whatever you are doing today.
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you.
Very much upset.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. You are one of the last callers.
Hello, Mwamba. I like Anonymous, if that's okay.
That's okay. All those calling from the city of Anonymous, you are welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, when I left Kulanda Kopali, issue about Chabinga na audio. Oh, ngatwa lolesha muli audio about Chabinga. Vale landa kuba boss. Vale lumbula ba bossi. Tushte sefkat ba bossi. Tushte ba bossi fi. Nombanga twambo kulanda ati ba Chabinga Febeka babe arrested. Ba Chabinga na bakwata ba bossa baba tumene. So why not handle ba bossi as well? Why tule landa pali ba Chabinga Veka? Because ba Chabinga did not start Ililia Shibeka, Baliva Tuma. So why should we handle ba Chabinga Veka?
Thank you very much. The person who sent him, unfortunately, has immunity. You can only impeach him, or he should resign. Or in this case, there is nothing the police can do. But the minister can be called, Chabinga can be called, and the other names can be called. Wakalambawa Mabo has been calling. Bamabo is, let's see if we can get him. I'm so sorry, Mabo. Let me see if I can get you. Wonderful. Mr. Mabo, you are president of the community of Zambians in Italy, and I've just found you called so many times. Please make your quick contributions.
Ambassador, I hope we have observed the background of the program is different. So that a year advanced country we've become, where we're even undertaking covert operations using AI abroad. At first, in Egypt, Ambassador, and I register some covert operations abroad.
Yes, I moved to another state for a few days, and so you can see this is a background of a hotel room. I had to do an ad hoc preparations. But I am fine. I am fine. The goodness with technology is that we can have these conversations wherever we are, even by the river bank, even in AI land. We've missed you.
Let me check up on the ambassador. The current government sympathizers, I'm a disciple, but this guy is a disciple of Mwamba.
Iyo kusumina fye, nga bamipere milandu kusumina fye, ifo tuleluile chalo.
So, and actually, who is more competent? One, Emmanuel Mwamba, or 23 spokespersons? So, Nati, let me check on my men.
Are you still in Zambia? Have you traveled to Italy? What's your status?
Hello, Ambassador.
What's your status? Have you traveled back to Italy, or you are still in Zambia?
Hello?
Oh, okay. Mama boy is gone. Let's see if I can take the last 3 calls, and then we wind up. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Emmanuel, it's me from the one who's calling from Chipata. I'm back. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was network.
Yes, no, my brother, I heard you. I think your point was very clear. You said that the conversation is between Honorable Robert Chabinga and Honorable Minister Doreen Sefuke Mwamba. And you said, although they are discussing President Hakainde Hichilema, you were saying it's unfair for us to shift the burden to him. Did I get you correctly?
You are right, Ambassador. You are very right.
Then I had a question for you. I said, if you, from Friday last week, there is an audio circulating, since you said you are calling from Chipata, that was my question. There's an audio circulating that you sent some people to commit robbery. Would you be quiet up to now? So I threw back the question to you in that fashion. Maybe you can start from there.
One thing you need to understand, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba, is that the president of this country is a very focused mind. So he is not going to be derailed in terms of delivering to the country. There are so many issues affecting this country. So the president is not going to be involved in petty politics. The president is focused. As president, if I were president, I wouldn't even comment on it, because I mean, that then is so huge on him to ensure that the cost of living in this country is brought down. People have food on their table, as he is trying by all means to ensure that at least this country is moving on the right trajectory. That is the focus of the president, to ensure. And that is the case. The Zambian people are happy because of the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema. So he's not going to power himself into debating, petty issues. So if you guys assume that it is those two individuals, I think you can focus on discussing the two individuals who are alleged to have been in that audio. as opposed to talking about President HH every day. Because then
Now, my brother, I don't know whether I'm going to answer while you are on the phone. Hello? Are you going to, am I going to answer you while you are on the phone? Or maybe you hear through the broadcast. But listen, if you can listen. You cannot say, you cannot say this matter is petty. It involves one of his cabinet ministers. It involves a man who's always in his entourage, and he calls him leader of the opposition in parliament. You cannot trivialize this matter that the cost of living is higher when there is a threatened situation between two sovereign countries.
What I would disagree with you is when you say the audio involves a cabinet minister. That audio has not been verified. If we
Now then na mshari lako. Thank you very much. Let me tell you. Then Nabashari Lako, in his case, the audio is not verified. So I think Nabashari Lako, he has to do some update. And he's on Emmanuel Mwamba verified. I think that's the beginning. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hi, Ambassador.
Good evening.
From Lusaka.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Make your contributions.
I just want to respond to that guy from Chipata. You know, people shouldn't be thinking we are very stupid people here. He's saying the president shouldn't respond to such kind of a debacle. But president, why make a chipo mwanawasari jabari accuse at the Adine Fumo? Sure. Is this simpler than what the president responded to? You know, we are not foolish. This is very serious. The president has been dragged into a very, very serious accusation, which crosses our borders. A lot of nonsense by this Chabinga guy. The same guy who's been warning the diplomatic fraternity that he would deal with them, and he goes unchallenged. And today, this is what he has done. You know, we've been nurturing this little runaway monster, and now the roosters are coming home to roost. So this Chipata guy shouldn't think Zambia, the entire population of Zambia is stupid. This is serious. The president deserves, must respond to this somehow, or Chabinga should be questioned by the law enforcement agencies. The president at a press conference made Chipo to stand up. Chipo, stand up, are you pregnant? And now these are accusations where a person goes like a mercenary to go and do corruption into a foreign land, to go and make organization for demonstrations from that end, coming into this country. Is he thinking? What do some of these people take us for? Thank you, Mwamba.
Thank you very much. I think you've answered for me. I wanted to answer the caller, but the caller made a mistake that the audio is not verified. So I think Nabashari Lako, I'll ask him to update himself, then come and give his views, because then we are on different planets. I'm sorry, I have a commitment and I have to run away, but at least I gave my callers today ample time to take as many calls as possible. We have okay, maybe this is the last caller because he's also missed a lot of phone calls. Hello, my brother. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is AI, and I'll be anonymous.
Anonymous, be brief. I'm taking the last calls.
Yes, I just want to talk about US Narando. One is not from Chipata as he claims. It's just a press singer, okay? That has been sent to destabilize the program. You can even tell by his voice that it's not from Chipata. Let them stop misleading us. It's not from Chipata, and we can tell from his voice that he's a press singer. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I'm taking the last calls. My brother, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Thank you, Mwamba. I wanted to not to call again, but I have to call.
Yes.
You know, Mwamba, that caller was saying the president should be concerned about
cost of living and everything, that caller is not patriotic.
Yeah.
To start with, the cost of living in Zambia, Mwamba, is bad. I was in Zambia in November. You remember we met at the car wash?
Yes, yes.
I traveled from Livingstone up to the end of Zambezi, Mfumbwe area, all that. Zambians are suffering. So this president has never solved the issue of cost of living. You know, the economy is in a mess. You know, but they're trying to pretend that the economy is good. And then Mwamba, what people shouldn't forget that the president is clearly implicated in that issue. That's why he cannot talk. Mwamba, the reason why the president should talk in this issue is because the president is a steward and custodian of our law, our constitution. So if the president, somebody breaks the law or the constitution, the president needs to talk because he is the protector of our law. And if there is somebody who shouldn't commit corruption, it's the president. But this is the president who is sponsoring corruption in a foreign country. So this is a serious matter. The director of intelligence, his job is to protect our country internally, collecting the intelligence that could harm our nation. But he's also the one who is sponsoring corruption in a foreign country. And remember, you know, corruption in a foreign country, Muland, is under United Nations treaty. So, not Sevana. So, what the president, and then the other thing people should understand is the president is not our boss, he's our servant. So, so if that's when you see whether somebody is a leader or not a leader. He's a servant. And when your servants are crying that so London you're not a leader and you're not worth to be a president, I rest my case.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, the calls are so many, but I'm so sorry for today. We end the broadcast there. God bless you. God bless our country. I'll play a few videos. Still stay on, and we might play some Chabinga audio as well. And send me the other videos that have leaked for Chabinga in the past. Ifotolanda to Uwakalema. Takaleka, Wimuntu, as many audios that have leaked in the past that were even as sensitive as, of course, this one was extreme. And it was 21 minutes, and, you know, the gravity and facets of this matter. Tomorrow I'll be privileged to host God willingly, the acting president of Patriotic Front, Honorable Given Lubinda, is also the Tonse chairperson. And we want to hear from him. What is a Patriotic Front doing? What is the state and status of the current leadership succession? And what will Tonse do? We've been hosting leaders of the opposition to tell us about this united front. There are various alliances. You have Tonse Alliance. You have United Kwacha Alliance. You have, the Zambia We Want. Then there are many strong voices who people think that should be, should help lead our country. Voices like that of John Sangwa and others that are outside the political spectrum. Then you have political parties that are currently not associated with any alliance, such as the Socialist Party or EFF for Kasonde Mwenda, who have also lined up to come and speak to us, or Harry Kalaba, who used to be in UKA, but he has since left. We want all of them to come to this table to you and discuss to you the possibility of a united front. If they are willing to lead, can they be led? What does it mean in the event that whatever opportunity is given to them and another candidate is picked, can they follow that candidate? That's the purpose of this leadership series that we are holding and hosting. We've been privileged so far that we hosted Honorable Binwa Mpundu, we hosted Honorable Harry Kalaba, we hosted Dr. Fred Membe and Dr. Cosmas Musumali, we hosted Sakwiba Skota State Council. We hosted Zambia Must Prosper President Kelvin Bwalya Fube, KBF, and tomorrow we'll host Honorable Given Luwinda. I've lined up other leaders that I'll be in due course inform you of. So God bless you, God bless our country, and shalom, shalom.
From what we see, what we read, they are handling the funeral in a manner African funerals must be handled, to respect the dead, to bury them with dignity. President Buhari died in London. He was brought home. We too have shown that example by burying all the 5 before the 6th president. Near here. I think it's just behind, isn't it? Near here, all the 5. So we've established a tradition, protocols in line with the African culture. So we must continue with that culture, no matter what challenges, what difficulties there are. And I can't say that we've continued engaging the family quietly. Maybe I should confirm that. We've continued engaging the family quietly, because that's what it should be. And we do hope that consensus will be reached. And I want to ask Zambians, first, thank you for your patience, and secondly, to ask you to retain that patience as discussions continue. I know we have a shortage of land on so-called state land, titles. We want to create land on title properly, not taking a plot that belongs to State House, at State Lodge, and rezone it and allocate it to friends. Really? Someone can take land in State Lodge which they already know that is a controversial area. And really somebody is signing a title deed on land that belongs to the state already? More importantly, under this president? Icona. You don't survive when you do. I know we have a shortage of land on so-called state land, titles. We want to create land on title properly.
Because it affects the very fiber of our very own constitutional democracy, in which we fight for space to be heard, in which we fight for space for our dignity, we fight for space for coexistence. The assault on the patriotic front, mistakenly by the UPND and its leadership, was that it was a destruction of a political party which was so much hated by all Zambians. As they keep on telling you, it's a political party that went on rampage, killing people, slaughtering everybody in the bus stop, slaughtering people on Cairo Road, as the president has put it more often than not. And it's out of that mistaken belief that people voted PF out because they hated PF and they voted ECL. But here I am. I was an ardent supporter of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. I was his strong shoulder to lean on because we had shared values. We had a vision for this country after PF. We needed police reforms. We needed judicial reforms. We needed civil service reforms. We needed parastatal state-owned enterprise reforms. We needed a genuine national endeavor in which all men and women of this land will come together under a new dawn. And that's why it was called a new dawn. We needed to reset and start afresh. Many things were meant to change, not to remain as a status quo. But it came to pass hardly 6-7 months after they formed government. Many of us, Emeritus Archbishop Ompundu, Gilbert Temba, Bob Stinga, Ernest Mwansa, KBF, those who were with us realized these guys were actually envying the Patriotic Front. And what they did, we didn't expect it. Otherwise, we were not going to support them. PF had unrecognized cadres, unrecognized by the law. The cadres in the markets, the cadres in the bus stops, and the cadres in the compounds. They shifted caderism to institutions of governance. They had a cadre speaker. They had a cadre ECZ chairperson. They unfortunately went and chose a person we respected so much and made him Chief Justice. He had a career that is unmatched in this country, who they have literally destroyed, and he can't face the people. Today, the justice system has collapsed. And this is how you find 2 years down the line, PF matters cannot be heard in the court. That's not normal. That's not normal. That is an arranged crisis by this new Dawn administration. And going forward, one of the things you must mark, because 2026 general election, they will lose. Even if Mr. Hakainde Hichilema had to stand up and stand against me, a non-entity, he will lose. The question is, will he hand over power like Isiero did? He will.
How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and be made to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing, I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic?
Amitapendwa ya vintu ifisume vyoto kula kuivukisha Kanate potimo Wimbo wa temenu wa katongi Awazunga watita katongi na kula kuivukisha kateka Kaibuku muna kapona Neseko siove pamenso Yangu ama umebaya Kiyaba Kiyaba ume Kiyaba ume Kiyaba ume
Twakulila, lelo twakulila Shika kukonke milimo shove
Ale filamba, fiena minta pengo sile Deti kume mo pulondolo la vale Lilo mwingi,
Iseko wengi mwakwete Iseko wengi mwakwete Mwaya, mwaya Mwende wino tata wesu
Katushi muchi mokege Wali bomba kale Lomba mwatuja tuleli laki Mufangana chiba
Benda
wala babati mama ukula bebe wati dobwingi ibisebo wapangiri obwingi ukuchinjo lusako kumoneko busaka mama kutituwa na basiyani chakwa katuse